If you're looking to build a repeatable sales process, there's three parts to this that you have to get down. The first part of this that you need to understand is traffic. So traffic is the first thing that you need to get, and I'll show you images of this as we go along. Traffic is all about getting leads and prospects from your sales cycle. The second thing that you need to have is conversions. Conversions is all about turning your leads or prospects into your customers or clients. Okay, so customers turn into clients, and I'll explain a little bit more about that as far as like what I mean by those two different things. And the third part of this is economics. Economics are going to things that you'll need to measure, and even price points that you need to measure to see if you're charging too little or charging too much, and seeing where the market is going to give you the best bang for your buck. So let's dig into the first thing. The very first thing and step one of this is going to be your traffic. Now, it looks a little different for different people, say like a business owner versus a sales professional, or if you're a sales leader, then what you're going to be doing with your sales team. But I'm just really going to be talking about business owners and sales professionals. For business owners, really kind of two things here, and that's going to be kind of marketing plus ads. So if you're doing some type of marketing and then you have some type of ads that go with it, this could be inbound marketing or attraction marketing, could be you reaching out, could be you handing out flyers, all kinds of different things. So that's going to be what you're going to be thinking about is I need to get traffic, which means I need to get eyeballs on my stuff. Whether you're selling products or services, you need to have something out there to attract them to you to start to raise their hand. Or you're putting out some type of message that is explaining about how you solve some sort of problem. And for sales professionals, I think it really comes down to three things. You're gonna have to get out there and hunt your ground. That means you might have to beat the bushes a little bit to find what you need. The second thing is there's sometimes that you're fishing. You're simply just throwing out bait and waiting for them to take it. And then most of the time, you're going to be farming. And many sales professionals definitely miss the mark on this one. They either, look, I just wanted to hunt, or I just want to fish, but they rarely do the farming part, which is planting the seeds, nurturing the process of its growth, and then reaping what you sow. A lot of people definitely just don't do that. A lot of sales professionals, that's where a lot of them go wrong and they fail. So that's step one, which is first you have to get the traffic. You have to get somebody seeing you. The second part of this is going to be conversions. A lot of either sales professionals or business owners, either they make it easy or they make it hard. So easy side of this is you're trying to get people to click on a button as quickly as possible to purchase, or to go ahead and get through the buyer cycle as fast as possible and just get them to buy from you really quick. The hard part of this is making it hard. Sometimes you have to do that because you're trying to sort out and find your best customers, and that will turn into your best clients. And it's important that sometimes you put tension points in your sales process if that's what you want. If you find that you're frustrated because you're not getting the quality of customer that you want or quality of client, you're maybe not sorting in a way that will get you what you want. And then there's times business owners or sales professional will make the easy process hard, and something that should be hard easy. Okay, so sometimes you have to look at that a little bit there. But when it comes to conversions, you have to be thinking, what do you want to engineer in your process? Do you want to make it super easy that just, look, I don't really care who buys and how they buy, I just want them to buy as quickly as possible. Then make it smooth, make the slide just easy for them to go down and get right into the purchasing time. And that way you just start making money as quickly as possible. Sometimes you just want to make it a little bit more challenging, and that's okay. There's many service professionals, I think, that really could benefit from that because they're just getting a bunch of clients in and they're having a hard time finding the best fits because they're not making that sorting process a little bit more restrictive. Step three of this is going to be the economics. And the economics look different in several different businesses, but for the most part, it looks the same. And there are many different KPIs a lot of people will track and everything, but when it comes down to your sales process itself, there's really only a few things that I really focus on to see what's working and what's not working. One of the things is your click-through rate. How many people are actually clicking on your ads? If you find that nobody's clicking on your ads, maybe you're in the wrong hunting grounds. So you maybe need to find something different. Maybe you're advertising and marketing on YouTube, but really you should be advertising and marketing on Instagram. Then you have your lead rate. That means from your click-through rate, how many people are actually signing up either for your lead magnet or signing up for maybe booking an appointment. So that means how many leads are you putting into your pipeline? And then the third thing on there is your close rate. Okay, so how many people are actually closing? And this is the part where I think a lot of business owners and sales professionals miss the mark, is because they don't track this part. And this part is the most important thing, because everybody thinks, and a lot of business owners and sales professionals think, that they have always a traffic problem. They are not getting enough eyeballs on there. They're not getting enough leads and prospects coming in. So they're not able to get enough people. If your close rate is low, say it's below 20%, and you only get 10 leads or prospects per month, that's only 20%. That's only 2 people who are going to sign up with you. And if you don't have a high enough price tag on your product or service, if you're not selling $5,000 to $10,000 right there, then that's maybe not enough. You need to have a higher close rate. And so things you need to track there is going to be conversations. So you have in-person meetings or virtual meetings or somewhere where you're face-to-face with a customer, which is what I talk about the most on my channel, then you need to be tracking conversations. And the reason why you track conversations is because you want to know how many meaningful conversations you're actually having. I'm not talking about, I just went over a little bit with the prospect or the lead. No, you actually dug in and you were trying to find out the absolute problems. For that part of the sales process, I'm going to link my video about the script that I used and that I handed off to my sales specialist that I trained to do my sales process for me. That way I could just focus on delivering the service that I wanted to deliver. And they were able to close a really high close rate with that. And I did it because I tracked it. So I tracked how many conversations we were having, and then how many became buyers. That will give you your close rate. The other aspect of it that you wanted to do is then you want to track pipeline. That means how many people maybe didn't purchase at the time that you spoke to them, but they were added into your pipeline. They are now a hot lead or a hot prospect, and they're actually ready maybe down the road because the timing wasn't right at the moment. So you need to know how many people you're adding into that pipeline daily, not just once a month, but daily are you putting there. And then you're going to track your buyers from there. And you're going to split this out and know, okay, well, how do I know what my close rate is on my buyers? You need to know your total pipeline. And for different businesses and different things, you might have different pipeline cycle. That means you might have a rolling 30-day, a rolling 60, rolling 90, rolling 120. If your sales cycle takes a little bit more time for somebody to come to a decision, or they might have to meet with others because maybe you're selling a $120,000 solution, or maybe it's a $1.2 million solution, that isn't something someone's just going to buy and purchase right on the spot. So they're going to need a little bit more attention. That's that farming part where you're going to need to nurture it a little bit more. And so maybe your pipeline cycle is 120 days, and then how many buyers you have there. That's going to give you your close rate for your pipeline, gives you an idea of how your sales conversations are doing. And those 3 things are really the 3 parts you need to engineer into your sales process in order for you to have a highly successful outcome that you're looking to get. Remember, the 3 parts are traffic, conversion, and economics. And don't just think traffic is your problem. That is the biggest mistake that most people make. Sales professionals and business owners absolutely just think that they don't have a good market that they're working with. Maybe the leads just suck, or they think the economics of what's going on in the country is terrible. There are buyers that are buying, whether it's an up market or it's a down market, anywhere in between. So you have to be willing to go, okay, I need to step out of the fact that, yes, I'm getting traffic. I know that I am getting people coming in. I need to get conversions. And an example of this is one of my businesses that I had. I didn't get a lot of traffic. I just was in an area that my traffic count, no matter how much I did marketing, advertising, outreach, and everything else that I could go do to bring more people in, I was kind of capped at a certain amount. And that meant that I needed to get better at my conversions. And that's where I engineered a different sales conversation where I could get better conversions. And so that was most important to me, because really honestly, I didn't want to have to necessarily handle more people coming in. I just wanted to get better at working with the people I already had. So you do those 3 things, and for sure, your sales process will be something that will be repeatable. It will be consistent, and you will consistently see results, and the results that you're looking for. So I'm going to link the video so that you can watch here next on the actual sales script and what I did and all the psychology around it. So if you want to get good at that so your conversions are super high, make sure you watch that next.